was all a lie. Guys, it was all a lie. She lied.
Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Miss Imani E. If you are new, thank you for tuning in, and make sure you're subscribing, liking, and of course commenting so your girl can know what you want to see from her next. I'm sorry, I had a brain fart. Anyway, I have my door open too so I can hear my son, so don't be surprised if you hear a little baby cry. This video has been highly requested. If you have not seen my Why Did I Join the Air Force video, which has gotten over I think like 20,000 something views. Let me see for you guys. Anyway, that video pretty much was explaining my process before I actually left to go into the military. I went into the military last year in January the 2nd to be exact, and that video, 26,000 views actually, was along many other things. Like I have my Air Force Q&A, me leaving. I vlogged that whole situation of me leaving anyway. But that video got so much, and you guys asked me to do an updated version of that here today, 2020. Oh, so much has changed along that way. For one, I met my husband, and that was amazing. I'm actually glad. I think that's the main reason why I'm glad that I joined. The main reason, because want to see a girl got some stuff to share with you from this updated thing. I got something to share with you guys. Okay, first and foremost, I joined the Air Force, like I said, last year around January 2nd. I was going into 2019. Still, certain things I can't disclose because you'll learn about it if you still decide to go into the military. I can't disclose certain things as far as like training, even though, well, actually no, I think I can disclose it because I think everybody knows where that is. But either way, I went off to Texas for my training. I think it was 9.5 weeks, 7.5 weeks, one of the two. I was a dorm chief. Oh my God, what a responsibility. Like I said, if you saw my previous videos, you already know what all that is. So, giving you guys what you really wanted is the updated thing of me joining as a reservist. Because that was the one thing I said I was going to do, is join as a reservist, because I was a full-time college student. Same was, but I still am. Pre-med track. Do I still attend UA? Yes, but I moved back home. So it's a little wonky now, especially with this pandemic going on how I am taking my classes, but I'm just trying to get all that out the way so your girl can move forward. Also, she is doing makeup full-time, so make sure you guys add your girl on Instagram. But let's get into there. Well, it is kind of here and there, whatever. But okay, so for those who don't know what a reservist is basically what they call a weekend warrior. What we do is every weekend out of the month, we attend our drills or UTAs. And I think 2 weeks out of the year, you do like your annual tour in a sense. Which means you just stay longer doing your job, and I think you get active. No, I don't think you get active pay. I don't know. I can't remember. My job is aircraft fuel systems, which means I work with fuel systems within the planes. I actually like my job. My job is actually very, very fun. I guess it's because also the people I work with. But I will say this. The reason why I don't per se like the military as much is because I have to travel 13 to 14 hours to get there now, as opposed to 3 hours when I was living in Alabama. But that was one thing. I will say the major points that I'm going to hit in this video are the things that they lied to me about. Because they lied. That whole thing of getting your tuition paid for, false. That only happens if you are active duty. I am a reservist, like I said, so you go a weekend out of the month, each month that is. What I did get was money for school. Now, I know you guys are going to ask me how much money did I make. That varies, so you guys can't go based off of my pockets. I will say I went in with credits, so I ranked up as an E3. I actually am a senior airman now. I think I pulled that maybe a few months ago. I think it was in like February or March. But I'm a senior airman now, so it's a little bit different. But I do get paid per month that I'm in school, my MGIB Select Reserves, which is just, it's school money. It's about $784, I believe. That's what you get. That's it. They don't cover the full tuition of, let's just say it comes out to be $14K for that semester or whatever. They're not paying for that full. No, they're not. I think that was the biggest thing that everybody was asking me about. As far as now, I prefer, actually, I would like to go active duty, but at the same time I'm going back and forth with it because I did have a little bit of complications during my birth. So I'm just like, I don't want to have to deal with that again, with the stresses of the military. And plus right now, I think here where my husband is stationed, which is also my home state, Virginia, I don't think they have my AFSC, which is my Air Force job, as a reservist. They have it for guard, but I was trained for KC-130s, which are basically cargo planes. These ones here are fighter jets. I'm not trained for that. So I think I have to go back to training for that if I decide to switch over, but that's that. As far as the other things, remember guys, this is solely my opinion, so don't go based off of what somebody else thinks because it might change the whole experience for you. Like I said, my experience in the Air Force has not been bad. It has not. Like I said, BMT, I know people say it was so easy I would do it again. Yeah, it was, if you have the mental for it. I'm a military brat, so I'm used to intensity. As far as doing it over again, hell no, I would not do it all over again because I was a dorm chief. First of all, I was stressing itself for the whole time. I lost my voice. Damn near started coughing up blood from losing my voice. Freaking getting up early is not my thing. I'm not a morning person, and having to give out orders that I was told to give. And then having to deal with so many different personalities. I think it was 42 people in my flight. I don't have friends. I am a family-oriented person, and then I really feel like because I'm an introvert, that makes it hard for me to really like, hey, my name's Imani. Let's be friends. It's no, that's not in me. I'm kind of one of those people that's like, if I vibe with you and you seem like somebody I can just, all right, cool, kick it with, then that's that. But other than that, that whole doing it again, no. But it wasn't as bad. But if you have the mental for it, then you'll fly by. It'll fly by for you. I hated Beast Week. Hated it because I don't like bugs and all that dirt and then my allergies. It was all bad. Everything was all bad. Sorry. Okay. And as far as, let me see what else I hit. And y'all guys laugh so much about the whole being a stripper thing. That was a phase. I was like 19 or 20 or whatever. I might have been 20 when I said that, guys. And don't get me wrong, I had nothing against strippers, girl. Do your thing, clap your cheeks, do it all. I have nothing against strippers at all whatsoever. Do your thing, get your bag, sis. That's how I feel about it. Money is money. Just don't steal from anybody. We're not stealing. That's not a way to get the bag. Don't steal. Let's see some other points. I'm trying to remember. I didn't write anything down because the gist of it was, oh, you guys were mainly just asking me, like, you know, okay, so with reservists, now when you finish your basic training and go off to tech school, I know you guys keep asking me what's the shortest Air Force job to do to get you home quicker. Okay, my FSC was 36 days for tech school. You have to go through BMT no matter what. But for tech school, mine was 36 days. I hope I didn't just say 36 weeks. It was 36 days. But what you can do if you're really curious about it, you can actually go to the Air Force website, which I'll link down in my description box. And there's so many jobs for you to do. I wish I would have went medical, honestly, just so I can go ahead and get what I need to get for school out of the way. But I just didn't want to be away from school that long, but it would have actually helped me in the long run. But you can go on the Air Force website and just go through jobs, and you can see how long that training is for tech school. And they'll actually tell you where your tech school will be. Mine was at Shepherd Air Force Base. I think a lot of the mechanical aspect of the Air Force is out that way anyway. As far as, let's see, okay, now going back home, this is how this works. So what you're going to do is this thing called in-processing and out-processing. In-processing is basically getting all your paperwork done for you to get in the military and get shipped out to BMT in tech. Out-processing is basically what it sounds like. You're out-processing from BMT tech going back home. So as a reservist, you do go back home. The only time that you have to report for duty, like I said, is that one weekend out of the month. They will give you your UTA schedule, so that way you know when to go back. So yes, you will go home. Active duty, on the other hand, it's kind of wherever they station you at. But for me, as a reservist, any reservist, yes, you do go home. Now, as far as your duty station, what they will do, if the specific job that you have, though, if it's not available close to home, like in state, you may have to travel out of state. Like my job, like I said, it's here, but it's not with my jets, and it's not with my specific class, I guess you can say. Like I said, they have guard here. Mine will specifically be in, I believe, North Carolina or South Carolina, one of the two. And I know for a fact it's one up in Maryland. Maryland's only like 3 hours away, and North Carolina or South Carolina isn't bad either, which I might look into doing. But I just like my duty station, Biloxi, because it's a vacation spot. So that is the thing with going into or going in for duty, is that it may be out of state for you, but it will be close by. Sometimes they'll make, well, I know for me, I took a flight a few times coming from Virginia there to there. So that's one thing. You will go back home. As far as your pay, so you will get paid your active duty pay as far as your pay grade. Now, I was an E3, even though you don't put on a rank in basic. You don't put it on until after you graduate. I put on my rank right after I graduate, but I was getting E3 pay. Active duty. Now, when you go back home, this is why I feel like I should have went active 2 for 1. I will say, as a reservist, active duty pay will stop. You will get reserve pay. So you'll go from making about $900 the 1st and the 15th to about 4 to 3 something. But they're gonna tax the hell out of that. So you're probably only gonna get about $100 to $200 something worth of that. Make sure you have a job on deck, no matter what. If you're gonna be a reservist, have a job on deck. It is a perfect scenario, yes, when you are in school, because you get to go back to school. But I will say, if you plan on being a reservist because you have this intent of going back to school, you need to have a secondary job on hand, because it's not going to cover too many bills and too much groceries or a car note. No, not at all. So make sure you have that job on hand. You will get the $784, yes, but that monthly 1st and the 15th thing, no, because that gets a little bit wonky too. So whenever your UTA is the way they'll schedule your pay. So instead of getting paid every 1st and the 15th like active duty, they know that for sure. It's kind of going to be like, all right, I had a UTA, let's just say on the 19th and the 20th. So you may not see your money until like the 25th or 26th. Or you might not even see it until that next month. Around like the 14th or the 15th. Like, it's really weird. Like, it doesn't have like a set, okay, I know for a fact on this day or on that day I'm going to get paid. No. So that goes out the window. But like I said, have a job on deck for that. As far as anything else, I don't know what other questions really to cover. Like I said, if you have any questions, make sure you guys hit me up on my Instagram. which will be in the description box as well, or you can drop them in my comments. I prefer you guys drop them in my comments, that way I see them right away and I can just get back to you guys. As far as reserves, like I said, if you want to go back to school or go back home in general, then yes, the reserve is for you. It's an extra income if you're in school. That way you get that money. Like I said, I don't know. It may vary as far as your pay grade, as far as that money goes. I'm not really completely sure on that though. 100% though, talk to a recruiter. I say that with so much lag though, because they will lie to you. They will lie to you like they're trying to sell you a freaking Tesla, baby. Like, sweetheart, no. You can use some of my pointers. Like I said, I personally don't have anything against the military. I actually love the military. Like, I grew up as a military child. The only thing is, like I said, they lied about a few things. And I wish I would have talked to somebody that was actually in the Air Force, aside from my recruiter, who wasn't the greatest anyway. But like I said, it's a big old family. It's fun. I will say though, deployment though. Oh, okay, I guess that though. Deployments are actually not that bad. Like, I've seen people go to like the Virgin Islands for specifically my FSC too, or people that's at my duty station go to the Virgin Islands or overseas to like really nice tourist or vacation spots for deployments. Like, I wouldn't mind getting deployed over like in those areas of the Virgin Islands either. That's another thing. Doing your seasonal training. I think for my FSC is about 120 days. Now, anything 90 days or more is when you start getting paid active duty as a reservist. So if you have seasonal training, they will tell you like, okay, that means you have to stay down at your duty station for this amount of days doing your job. That way you can get your skill set up. I was supposed to have had my skill set. Honestly, I'm way behind, and that's why I'm trying to figure out what I want to do as far as either staying in or getting out. But mainly that is another thing. I hope you guys are taking notes, because some of this stuff, like I said, these recruiters out here will not tell you. As far as your health benefits now. Okay, so while you're in basic and tech, yes, you have TRICARE. Yeah, but when you get out, no, you don't. You have to pay for that monthly, and I think it's like $40 a month. I think. But because my husband is active duty, he's my sponsor. So me and my son, we fall under his health benefits. Also, I will say, let me think. I'm trying to think of all the points, because I think I really hit them all. It's not much to being a reservist. Like I said, you go home, you go to work monthly. You get the check, come back, wait till they say something. Oh, and then you may... Well, my PT test was due in February, but I was pregnant at the time. So mine isn't scheduled until February of next year. Yeah. So you still have those. I think that was the gist of it. Like I said, not too many. Let me go through my comments on the other posts, because I really think I want to say I hit everything. Because don't turn off, because I don't really remember too much of the questions. Like, they were all basically the same thing. Like, everybody was in school. Oh my gosh, my makeup then was interesting. Why is my head up like that? I don't like that. Anyway, dang, I had 184. Oh, that's so cute. Thank you. Okay, intro's on. Yeah. Oh, okay. Same thing. Everybody is just so into the whole stripper comment. Yeah, okay. So somebody said 36 years old with a college degree. Okay, so there is a cap with you getting into the military too. I think they cap it at, let me see. Let me see. the age requirements for the Air Force, I really want to say was 30, 35. Let me see. That's physical, personal. Okay, so no, not that. So no, that's not that. No. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, so you have to be, oh wait. No, that's to join as an officer. That's to enlist. You can't be younger than 17 unless you get a waiver. I think if you get a waiver, then you're fine. Or 18-year-olds for GED holders. You can't be older than 39. So you must begin basic military training before your 40th birthday. But this person said, I'm 36-year-old with a college degree and been thinking of joining when I was 18 years old. I was going to the Navy but decided to head to college first. Military has always been on my mind. Oh, that wasn't a question. Let me see. Okay, here's the question. I'm going into my 3rd year of college. If I join the reserves, will they pay off my previous school loans and pay for my further schooling? I want to minimize as many loans and just set up my future. No, sweetheart, they will not. Not a reservist. As active duty, yes, but what you have to do first is, I think you have to finish school first completely, and then they'll pay off your loans. So for that, as a reservist, the answer is no, not at all. I'm thinking of it as a part-time field for supplemental income, semi-retirement, extra benefits for my family and travel. Yeah, if you're going active. Let's see. Someone said, oh my gosh, this is so helpful. I'm in a rut because I'm trying to pay off a semester of school and scholarships are actually a B. I'm also trying to get my independence, tired of living at home. If I gotta live in the barracks, so be it. LOL, I need money too. Okay, so like I said, they'll send you back home. So active duty is your way completely. Reserve, no. No. Oh, it's another Bama grad. I'll talk to you eventually. This is what's the pay like for the weekend. Like I said, I went over that. Go active. Go active. Do not go reserves. If you want the money, sweetheart, if you want that, like I said, E3, you make about $1,800 a month. Then $900 come in, especially if you ain't got no bills. If you live in the barracks and you only paying a car note, like I said, let's just say your car note by like $403. You can pay that every first. Oh, and maybe like your phone bill, let's just say it's like $83. So let's go say $486 for everything. That's $403. Well, $1,800 minus the $403. You still got $1,400. That's if you're living in the barracks. I think you get BAH when you hit senior airman. Then you can go live off base and they give you money for that. And you just give that to the office. That way it's not really coming out of your pocket. Don't quote me though. I will have another one of these with my husband because he is active duty. So he can answer that a little bit better. Let's see. A few questions. Wowzers, 3. Okay, how was boot camp? Boot camp was actually pretty fun. It's annoying though, kind of, because I just feel like I'm not a loud person, but I do feel like, you know, why are you yelling so much? Calm down. The message is clear. Chill. But it really wasn't that bad. My MTIs per se were actually pretty funny and pretty cool. So I say that because, okay, so when I say pretty funny and pretty cool, yes, they were that, but at the same time, they were MTIs. So it was kind of like, don't lose your military bearing. Don't laugh. All this. Sometimes they will try to make you laugh on purpose, and then you'll get in trouble. Now you're down doing push-ups and some more shit, or getting your 341. That's what that number is. You're getting your 341 pulled. Yeah. Did you get a $20,000 sign-on bonus? No, I did not. I got a $15,000 sign-on bonus. But what they do is they will break it in half annually. So for the first year, I got the bulk of it, which was like 75. It was supposed to be 7,500, but it was really 5,500. That's when I actually ended up buying my car. But now for the rest of my contract, I think I'm about to get like at least 1,100 to finish off that 15K. I can't find an Air Force Reserve in Michigan, so I'm not sure if there is. Maybe you know where to find that out. Google. That's it. Just Google it. Okay, how is the pay being a reservist? Is it based on your rank and how long you've been in, or so for reservists it sucks. Is it based on your rank? Yes. And how long you've been in for. So yes, yes and no. Like, it's kind of weird. All these things that you guys are actually asking me, you can actually find on the Air Force website, which I said I will put down below. Let's see. Everybody's pretty much saying the same thing. You guys really were ODing on that whole stripper thing. I was kidding. Oh, Rose Hyde, yes. Do I have an email? You can ask me a bunch of questions. What kind of question you trying to ask me through my email? Sweetheart, you could have just asked me it on here. Go ahead then, sis. Be a pilot. That means you're gonna be an officer. That was my goal and aspiration, which I still want to achieve, which was to be an officer in the military as well as a pediatrician. But that means I would have to go back out to training, which I don't mind doing, which I might actually do fairly soon, now that I think about it. Oh wait, I can't. You have to get your degree first. I'm almost done with mine, so I have to wait. I'm gonna do one more question, because like I said, I feel like I pretty much answered everything on here. Like I said, just go into my comments, and I do answer pretty quickly. Okay, how do you choose your job when you go? Okay, I'm gonna answer a few more questions, like 3 more. How do you choose your job when you go reserves? After you take your ASVAB, your score depicts the kind of jobs or the job list you choose from. And me, I chose mine because it was the least amount of time. I think the other one was like 28 days and it was in Fort Lee. I just wasn't gonna get a bonus, so I chose the one with a bonus. I'm glad I did, because like I said, I met my husband, have a beautiful baby boy. You guys always keep asking about my pay. That's gonna vary, guys, depending on how much. Well, that depends on what you go in as. Whether you go in as a airman basic or not a senior airman, or a A1C. When did I take my ASVAB in high school, college? I took my ASVAB honestly after I graduated from high school for the Army, but then my mom was like, no, go into the Air Force. And I think I had like a 72 or 73. She says, can you volunteer to get deployed in the Air Force Reserve? I think you actually can, but I think your skill level has to be a 5. Or at least you have to be out there with a 5 first. You have to know your job. I know that for sure, but I think you actually can. You would have to speak to your chain of command about that, or at least your supervisor. How bad was basic training? It's really not that bad. Don't be nervous about it. Like, it's not as bad as you think. Their job is to yell at you and crack you out of the whole civilian life, civilian world type feel. So don't be scared of basic. They can't touch you, so it's really not that bad. If you have, okay, so scars. Now they're gonna take note of all your scars and tattoos. Now if they see that your scars are self-inflicted, the Air Force is very like, what's the word? Not specific, sensitive. I'm gonna say sensitive when it comes to certain markings. If it looks like you've been cutting yourself, they're not gonna let you join because they already feel like, you know, it may be a risk to you. Their job is to look out for their airmen. So if they feel like, you know, it'll be better if you don't have this stress on you, especially if you've been harming yourself, they're not gonna let you join. Now, if it's just a cut that you had from a kid and it scarred up really bad, you're fine. No tattoos on your face, obviously. But if you have, okay, so now if you have tattoos in certain areas, it could be a problem. But sometimes they'll waive it and it won't be that bad. I think as long as it doesn't show outside of your uniform, you're fine. Do they have the GI Bill for my son? Yes, if you're active. Does the Air Force Reserve help with tuition partially? No, not at all. Yeah, those are the main ones I'm going to answer. Like I said, oh, don't ask me about the Guard, guys. I really don't know too much about that. I think they're funded by the state. I think you do go home, but I still recommend you guys have another job. Hold on real quick because my son's crying. False alarm, my son is a Cancer. He's really not crying, he's just making noises. Anyway, I don't know too much about Guard, but like I said, I think they get paid by the state and they do go back home. But other than that, you would have to speak to a Guard recruiter about their stuff. Yeah, but like I said, that pretty much is it for this video, guys. If you have any more questions, make sure you guys follow me on Instagram at Miss Imani E. How to say it like that, because for whatever reason people think my name is spelled with the E. No, E stands for Elizabeth, my middle name, Elizabeth. As far as, like I said, any other questions, you can either DM me on my Instagram or you can drop them in the comments below, which I prefer you guys drop them in the comments below because I'm more inclined to answer them on YouTube because my Instagram is full of direct messages about some of everything. So make sure you guys hit up my comment section and I will get back to you guys as soon as possible. Normally it's within a few minutes to an hour, so feel free to answer or ask all the questions that you need to ask. Like I said, don't let my experience sway you in any way. Like I said, now if it sways you to join, kudos. If it doesn't, that's fine too, because currently what's going on right now, I would hold off personally. Heck, I've met some senior enlisted people who've even told me they wish they knew me before me joining because they would have told me don't join. That's pretty scary. But that pretty much concludes this video, guys. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. My name is Miss Imani E, and I will see you guys next time.